Good evening, everyone. As you all know that NIFT has released the dates for PI 2020 and there is no group discussion this time. So I hope all of you have downloaded the admit card. You can visit the official NIFT website nift.ac.in and you can put in your credentials and download your admit card. Do not share the admit card copy with anyone because the admit card has your official Zoom ID link and password which is required. So you need the Zoom app which should be registered using your email address. So make sure that you sign in using your registered email address to Zoom also. Okay, do not disclose this information to anyone. And you need to log in 15 minutes prior to your reporting time. Your reporting time is mentioned there. And you will enter the meeting ID and password which is available on your admit card. You need to be really patient because they will verify your face using your webcam. Make sure your mic and webcam works properly. Okay, so there will be an online verification. I want you to keep your other documents ready, such as admit card of the first round, which is already there with you. And then also keep one original ID proof ready with you. You don't need a pen and paper. Okay, so ignore it. I've seen a lot of students writing notes while giving a PI, so, which is wrong. Okay, so be patient and you have to cooperate because then they want to make sure that only the authenticated person is attending the interview. So your first step should be your call letter, then a registered Zoom account, and take some mock PIs. So check your mic, camera, lighting. Let's see some basic things which are required. So always sit opposite to the light source. Okay, if you put your back towards the light source, then there won't be enough lighting on your face. So just sit opposite to your light source. And mute your cell phone and other devices which are there other than the device you are using for your interview. And check your mic and video quality before the final day. So I think you can do it tomorrow itself. Make sure that there is no background noise. Okay, check your network connection, and if you can have a power backup, then I think it might be required. But do not worry about that in case you have a connectivity issue. Then there are a lot of students from areas where there's no proper electricity and power backup. So the jury in the college understands it. Make sure that you wear formals. Okay, so this is same for both males and females. Grooming is very important. Females can keep a high pony. Okay, and males, if you want to keep a beard, then probably keep it really neat. Okay, so no messy hair. Sit straight. Look into the webcam all the time. So this is a benefit for the students who are appearing for PI this year, because every time we tell the students to look at the panel and keep eye contact with almost every person in the panel. So don't look at the screen, look into the camera all the time. So this will also help you ignore whoever is present on the screen. So here are some important questions for personal interview, particularly for NIFT. In almost all the interviews, the first question is your introduction. Your introduction should be your journey till now, starting from your birthplace and your age, your name, the school you graduated from, the college you graduated from, and in which year, and then if there were some internships, if there were some positions like the head boy or head girl or sports captain. So whatever achievements you had, and even in graduation, if you were a part of the cultural society or the fashion society, so whatever it was, you need to mention it. Also tell them about your hobbies here and probably your strengths. The second question would be, why do you want to pursue this course? So for MFM, you need to have a proper knowledge about the subjects being taught in MFM. Okay, so the major deepening specializations are international business, entrepreneurship, and marketing and retail. So which one out of three would you choose? So jury likes a candidate who has done his or her research properly. You should have a goal after you finish this course. So MFM, M.Des or M.F.Tech is just a step which would help you to achieve your main goal. So talk about what is your plan after you finish this course. Okay, so how were your grades in class 12th and graduation? So that depends. Now the main question is, why do you want to switch your career? So don't just tell them that you were so passionate about fashion and I've been doing makeup here and there and this was the reason. So this is not the reason. Okay, everybody understands that having a post graduation degree gives you a better opportunity in the industry. But then there has to be a reason. Like, when did you think about switching it? What is your goal? Where do you see yourself after 5 years? Also connect your graduation subjects to fashion management, let's say sociology or economics. So in sociology, you you can talk about particular groups, you can talk about consumer behavior. Economics is a very important subject in almost all the management studies. So similarly, you can connect your graduation subject to masters as well. You can also say that in some cases I have had a lot of students, so their parents were into manufacturing or they were into some business related to lights or textiles or something. Now they want to get into retail, so you want to set up your own brand. So that can be an example. Now your hobbies. So hobbies, let's say you play badminton, so you should know what are the important terms related to that game, who are the important Indian players related to badminton. Okay, if you read, then what are you currently reading? And you can talk about it more. And did you develop a new hobby during the lockdown? Everyone was either taking online courses or was cooking or gardening. So you can have your own thing, but then they might ask some questions related to it. Then how did you spend your lockdown period? Talk about time management. Okay, talk about routine, that I did not end up sleeping every time and I woke up early. I had a perfect routine. I made sure that I also keep my physical and mental ability fine. I spent time on reading newspaper or doing this. I also developed a new hobby. What do you know about the subjects taught in this course? So you need to know what is the difference between MFM and M.Des. Okay, so for students who are in MFM and you say that, okay, I wanted to become a designer, so they might ask you, why don't you go for M.Des? And suppose you have applied for M.Des, never say that you want to be a designer, because M.Des will not teach you designing. So read the prospectus very clearly. For design graduates, a common question is, why don't you pursue masters in design now? Now, why do you want to get into management from fashion? And for students who are recent graduates, don't you think that you should first work in the industry for at least a couple of years before deciding what you want to specialize in? So have an answer ready for this. Then your two strengths and weaknesses are required. Wait, don't tell them that I cannot trust people easily and this and that. So these kind of things are not right in any interview. Okay. Then which is your favorite NIFT center and why? Now this is a very important question, because see, your final merit will decide what center you are offered. So still they would like to know. Let's say I tell them that, okay, I am from Delhi, so I would like to study at NIFT Delhi because this would end up in a lot of savings in terms of accommodation, travel. I know the local markets in case I need to source something. Also, I have seen the last merit ranks for NIFT Delhi and Mumbai. So most of the toppers in the top 15-20 ranks choose NIFT Delhi. So it is always good to study with the best. After Delhi, there is Mumbai, then there is Bangalore. So why is it that every year all the toppers choose Delhi? I can see brands around me, I can see fashion around me, all the fashion shows and all the new brands are coming to DLF. Now similarly, Mumbai, because uh, being metro cities, they are giving you enough exposure, so you can frame your answer accordingly. They might ask you, are you willing to go to NIFT Kannur or Chennai? So you need to take your own call now. In case you don't make it to NIFT this year, then what is your backup? So for students who are graduates and who are recent graduates, you might take up an evening course from NIFT, which could be into fashion design or e-business or whatever. I think graphic and product design is also offered. They have a 1 year evening course, and you can apply again next year. Do not tell them that, okay, I will go to this college and I will do something else, because they want to see how serious you are about this college. Okay, so tell them that I might take up some internship in, let's say, social media or content writing. Next is important terms and concepts related to your graduation. So for BCom honors, you need to know how to handle accounts, what are the important terms related. Let's say for economics, I think trickle down theory is a very common concept, which even class 11th or 12th student might know. So practice basic terms. What is the difference between micro macro economics? So these are very, very basic questions. So if you do not know this, then there is a problem. Now next question is, which is your favorite brand and designer? They might not ask why, but you need to answer this. So let's say you say Fab India due to this and that reason. You should know when was Fab India founded, where is the headquarter, what is the latest collection, who was the founder. Let's say you say Zara, and they might ask you where is Zara from, so Spain, and what do you like about Zara. So you need to explain this yourself. Then who is your role model? So most of the students say that my parents are my role models and they inspire me. See, parents being role models are fine. I think everybody's parents work hard, unless your father or mother is a founder of a good brand, and you need to have one person. uh, for example, I usually tell my batch when they even come for the first round, I'll tell them to read about Indra Nooyi, who was ex PepsiCo chairperson. So people like that who are from the industry, and let's say editor in chief of Vogue or Nykaa founder, and there are a lot of established women. So I think female candidates can have them as role models. And so other than your family, I think you should also have a professional role model, so that it shows what you want to be. That if you want to get into the corporate culture, or you want to just become a manager, or you want to become the country head, so what are your long term goals? So um, next question would be, can you describe yourself in 5 adjectives or words? So always remember that you also described yourself in the first question, which was your introduction, and you probably gave some strengths. So make sure that you repeat those strengths. So leader and a good team player, and let's say I'm very organized and I'm extrovert and things like that. They might ask you that, okay, tell me, how do your friends describe you as a person? So make sure that you don't just end up saying that, okay, I'm a very funny person and I'm this and that. Always include the basic adjectives which are required, even at a job or even as a student. So what is your plan after you finish this course? So I think this has already been covered. So 5 year plan and long term goal. Don't tell them that I want to be the CEO of Zara and things like that. Okay, your growth has to be steady and slow. Okay, so you need to have a practical plan. So tell them, if you want to open a brand later, that I'm not clear about the idea right now, but someday I would like to have my own brand. See, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, so don't worry about that. But talk about it properly and in senses, because they keep hearing this answer every year, and even during these 10 days. So every day I think around 180 students are there. So just imagine all the students saying the same thing. So please write your answers first. Then what are your views about online education? What if your first semester would be completely online? Will you be comfortable? So you can talk about online education, you can talk about the pros and cons. Okay, because see, there is always better learning when you have people around you, when you talk in groups. So in some places there are issues like network and electricity, and some people might not afford a laptop, so things like that. Then GK, I have been asking questions in mock interviews. If you are from Delhi, you need to know the ministers, when were the elections held, and things like that. If you're, let's say, from Ludhiana or Patna, so Patna, then Buddha, and then Ludhiana, then what kind of industry is there. Let's say you're from Panipat, so you should know uh, which were the battles fought in Panipat, and also why were why were most of the battles fought in Panipat. So there was a reason. Then craft and art, or important personalities and places around you. Also, how will consumers and brands behave post lockdown? So have a brief idea about what brands are doing right now. Okay, how social media is behaving, because most of the students are now doing only digital courses. In case you have knowledge of subjects like Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, then please flaunt it. Okay, tell them that, okay, I am a serious candidate who's looking to study at NIFT. They might ask you, okay, tell me what is the history of NIFT. So at least go through the website. Always remember, even if you are applying to, let's say, Zara or Aditya Birla or Uniqlo, whatever brand, always read about it, because everybody wants to know that why do you want to work or study there? What is the reason? Don't just tell them that, okay, NIFT is the best. Okay, so talk about the faculty, talk about the infrastructure, talk about the authenticity. It is a government college, the fee aspect, the placement aspect, everything. So, in case you have any query, you can get back to me. I'm Gaurav Chaudhary. You can also get in touch with Design Circle, and you can directly talk to Sumit sir in case you need any kind of guidance about the placements, career, or curriculum, anything. Okay, just feel free to get in touch in case of any help or query. Thank you so much.